Hi, my name is Eunice. I am a mom of two, and our family just moved to Bucharest a few months ago. It's actually only been 3 months since we moved here, and I decided to just go for it and try to start a vlog of our lives here. And for the most part, I feel like I don't do a great job of recording moments in our kids' lives, little milestones that I think are so precious. When you look back on videos that you filmed, it's it's just so rewarding to have recorded those moments. And I think being able to upload it and having kind of like a dedicated channel and place where we put all those moments will be really invaluable over the next few years. So um, yeah, so I think starting today, I'm gonna try to vlog every day. And obviously, as a mom of two young kids, I don't have time to like edit videos and do all the things that probably most vloggers do at this point. So I'm not promising any great content or great edited content. It's probably going to be without music. I'm just trying to see how this goes from the start. And honestly, this will be kind of how we record things. And also, I was thinking that it would be really nice to, like, for any interested people, to get a glimpse of what life is like in Bucharest today, um, in Romania, what it's like to live in Romania, and also our family is a bit unique in that we come from three different cultures. I myself was born and raised in the US, in the United States, and my husband is Romanian, so he grew up here near Bucharest. And our kids are obviously a byproduct of that. And I have Korean ancestry, and I can speak Korean. And also, I'm starting to learn some Romanian as well. So we're trying to raise our kids trilingual, and my kids who are 2.5 and 9 months obviously are not speaking a great deal, but I've tried to lay the foundation for them to be able to start to build on the vocabulary and grammar and just exposure to those languages. So moving here has definitely helped with that. It's like open the doors to my older child who is in school and preschool right now, and just over the last month or so, her ability to speak Romanian has gone up so much. And so yeah, like just little things like that I think will be interesting for people to see how we teach our kids how to speak those languages, multiple languages. Another thing I find interesting is that I myself have always been really drawn to languages and have studied linguistics and have always taken an interest in, I'd say I'm pretty good at learning languages for the most part. So there are all these theories that are in the back of my mind of how to teach young children language from infancy through the older years, and it's different to actually see it happen before your eyes. It's also different when it's your own child, and you're not just teaching language, but you're also having to do all of the other things like, cooking and cleaning and making sure that they're sleep on time. So it's a little bit different than I thought it would be. It's not as clear cut. For example, when I was going to started to teach, when I was thinking of teaching my first child a language, I thought it would be more like the way they say in the books, that I should just primarily speak one language and my husband speak the other language. And in the beginning, we kind of did that. He spoke strictly Romanian, and I would speak English, so he wouldn't really speak English to her. But we also had the issue of the third language. So I would speak both Korean and English to Evie. But then it became clear that I also, because I knew some Romanian, um, like refusing to speak Romanian with her didn't make sense to me, especially because I was trying to learn the language, and it's such a great way to learn languages together with your kid. So I would be, reading these one word picture books to her in Romanian. So we ended up kind of blending it all. And on the other side as well, with my husband, it didn't make sense for him to refuse to speak Korean or English. I mean, English obviously is it just we're speaking it to each other all the time. That's the main language we speak in. So he ended up speaking more English to her. And also, it's really nice when, as little as Korean, he doesn't really speak Korean, but he often mimics the songs or the one word phrases that I would speak with my child. And it's really nice when he reinforces that from behind. So I think that rule of just sticking to one language each really applies to bilingual families. I haven't really heard much about what to do in trilingual situations. And also when, I think it's also, there's another scenario where if the family has, like they want to teach a second language or a third language that is not native to one of the parents. For example, if we wanted to teach our kids French, obviously neither of us have fluency in French. In that case, you want to introduce it later, at a later period, which is also new to me because to me, earlier exposure is better. And that's what I've been reinforcing. So I've just loved this journey of figuring out how to teach our kids these languages. And the other thing I would add is that there are phases. Like when you, for anything, for any, whether it's sleep training or weaning, whatever it is, it really depends on the phase that you're in, on what you decide to do. It depends on your personality. It depends on your husband's personality or your partner's personality. And it depends on the kid's personality. So it's been such an interesting journey, especially with language. One, to see theory into practice, and then also how it applies differently to each child and how it applies differently to a first child versus a second child. So yeah, I think this will be a really great place to just record those moments and look back on this later and kind of see how things were. And I definitely have moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I love just the things that Evie says. Evie, my daughter, she's starting to speak so much more, and there's so many times where I just want to stop time and remember that moment. But after a few minutes, really, just even after a few minutes, I forget what that moment was. So I think being able to capture it on video will be a really good thing. I'm happy I did. So that pretty much sums up why I've decided to do this vlogging thing. And as I've mentioned in the beginning, I'm not planning on making this very edited or probably very interesting to watch in the beginning, because I just want to record those moments, and then I think as I go on, I'll be able to adjust and spend more time editing and things like that. Like I just don't have any time to do anything other than speak in front of my phone, which is what I'm using to record. So yeah, so right now, my daughter, my younger daughter, is napping, which is why it's so quiet right now. And my older daughter is in preschool. So I have a little bit of time. I probably have another like